Assalamualaikum. My name is Atina Nabila binti Abdul Hakim. In this video, I and my group member will present our research project, which is the application of Tawarruq in Islamic banking in Malaysia. So, Tawarruq contract is the activities that involve the delay payment based on murabahah by a person of the sale of goods to obtain cash. The buyer sells the good to a third party in cash at a price less than the original price. It has four types of product which are personal financing, car financing, home financing, and credit card. In the beginning, Tawarruq was explored by the Islamic banks in Saudi Arabia and started its practice in October 2000 by Saudi British Bank. It is widespread used in Arabic countries year after year. Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad was the first Islamic banks in Malaysia that using the Tawarruq contract in year 2006 with the product namely Tawarruq Commodity Undertaking, Commodity Murabahah Profit Rate Swap, and Commodity Murabahah Forward. The concept of Tawarruq that currently used in Islamic banks in Malaysia is very controversial with many issues. First is contract validity problem. Customers are argued that there is a riba, which is usually in the contract of Tawarruq. Next, some argued that the concept of Tawarruq is actually a hilah, which is trick, which is tend to cover the presence of riba by manipulating actions. Then, Tawarruq is resembling Inna. Next, bank as a dual agent. The issue present when bank earn more than the client. Last but not least, the charging delivery fees that did not include in the contract before.
My name is Nur Sabrina binti Raiman. Matrix number BG18110085. So I'm going to present about literature review. First of all, the meaning of Tawarruq. Tawarruq is the root word of Tawarruq, which means to tax papers. It derived from the word warik, which is silver. According to the Central Bank of Malaysia, Tawarruq consists of two sales and purchases contract, which is a sale by an asset on a deferred basis by a seller to a purchaser, and purchaser of the first sale will sell it to the third party on cash or spot basis. Tawarruq was explored by Muslim banks in Saudi Arabia and commenced it followed in October 2000 by Saudi British Bank. The use of Tawarruq is widespread in Arabic countries year after year, and it is being introduced and used in Malaysia in 2006. Historically, Malaysia was popular in using INA in financial market transaction. Tawarruq transaction is not allowed by the scholars of Maliki schools. However, most of the jurists from Hanafi, Shafi'i and Hanbali seem to possess thought of Tawarruq to be legally permissible. So this is Bank Islam Tawarruq structure for personal financing I. So we can see how the transaction in Tawarruq occurs from starting to the ending.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Anisa binti Ayub and I will explain about issue in the application of Tawarruq in Malaysia. There are 5 issues, which is first, contract validity problem. In Sharia perspective, a sales contract must be valid in form and purpose. However, in Malaysia, it does not meet the validity of requirement. The bank actual goal is only the liquidity of the cash. Second is Tawarruq contain hilah to give a loan with interest. In this issue, usually assets traded not delivered to customer. For an example, Amanah Ikhtiar Malaysia and credit card. It's similar to loan with interest, where both of this example, customer have to pay higher than needs to repay. Number 3 is Tawarruq resembling as by Al-Ina. Hanbali scholar Ibn Taymiyyah and his student Ibn Al-Qayyim totally disagree with the application of Tawarruq, as they claim it belongs with the same category as Bay Al-Ina. In Malaysia, before Tawarruq get replaced, Malaysia banking used by Al-Ina. However, it get many criticism, and then Bank Negara Malaysia replaced it with Tawarruq. However, due to its misuse, the structure of Tawarruq still show resemblance with by Al-Ina. Number 4 is bank as dual agent. In this issue, bank acting as both buyer and seller on behalf of their client. And in this situation, bank earn more than the client. For an example, personal financing in Islamic banking. And lastly is charging delivery fees. Bank charge fees for delivering commodity. For an example, Standard Chartered Sadiq's personal financing where client bear the fees, and Bursa Malaysia where they allow physical delivery to the buyer. However, they did not include in the contract before, so people start questioning why the price delivery charged separately, and it makes the customer realize that bank only focus on the cash.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nadia Tika Mazli, and today I'm going to explain about the discussion part. From what we know, there are 5 major problems in the issue, which is the first one is the contract validity problem. The Islamic financial in Malaysia tried to gain more profit with the unethical way using Tawarruq. Indonesia also have the same validity problem as Malaysia. However, Indonesia has already solved the problem. Indonesia did to solve the problem is they allow a form of transaction that allow to obtain liquidity, which did not include the cash loan by involving the third party, so that the profit is not for profit alone. Malaysia should follow Indonesian footsteps in handling this issue. Tawarruq contain hila or trick to give a loan with interest. Having hila inside the Tawarruq contract makes this product cannot be qualified as an Islamic financial product because the hila is indeed violated the real content in Tawarruq. The use of Tawarruq contract that has been permitted by the scholars by referring to the Hadith al-Bukhari, Muslim, was proven that Tawarruq transactions in the past. It is believed that hila is not good and will lead to usury. To solve this issue, Islamic institutions not only in Malaysia but in other countries that also face the same problem need to follow the all laws in practicing Tawarruq. Tawarruq resembling Ina. The practice of Tawarruq in Malaysia seems a bit different from the classical Tawarruq that has been practiced in the past. Classical Tawarruq were performed where the commodity that fully owned and possessed by the seller was sold to a buyer, and the buyer will resell the commodity to another third party. To overcome this issue, Islamic banking system need to follow the past Tawarruq practice, which is Tawarruq Fiqh, and they must not use the practice of Tawarruq Munazzam. The bank as dual agent, another mistake that performed in the Tawarruq contract, which the bank become dual agent in the contract of Tawarruq. Islamic banking been doing this to generate huge markup by taking advantage of their clients. To solve this problem, both BNM and Sharia Advisory Council (SAC) need to agree that the sale of commodity Tawarruq can be done with the dual agency element if they follow the implementation that enacted by BNM and SAC. Charging delivery fee. Customers need to bear with the physical delivery cost. Suppose that there are no separate charge for delivering the sold commodity to the buyer. The motive on doing this is because the bank wants to gain more profit and cash by charging separate fees on the delivering service. Solution for all the issue arise is that Sharia board, not only in Malaysia but also from around the globe, need to strictly monitor all the transactions that contain the element of Tawarruq.
For conclusion part, it is proven that Tawarruq in Malaysian Islamic banking has many controversial issues due to additional amount of gift in the contract. The issues also include the fact that Tawarruq being used in Malaysia and other countries are not Sharia compliant. In fact, it is better for customers to use Tawarruq contract than any other contract in conventional banking, where we can clearly see the gift of riba. However, this does not mean that Islamic banking can take advantage to the client regarding on how useful is the contract. Firstly, issues that occur for validity of form and purpose. The current Tawarruq main goal is to providing anyone liquidity to exchange currency for higher amount in future. Next issue, Tawarruq as a hila because of assets that traded in that contract usually not delivered to the buyer, and that means assets are not required for themselves but used to form complex models. Next, Tawarruq was said to resemble by Al-Ina. Unfortunately, Bank Negara Malaysia disallow this kind of structure and has been replaced primarily by banks. What become an issue regarding to bank as a dual agent is bank taking advantages from client itself, wherein bank earn more money from the client. Lastly, issues that happen in Malaysia is the bank charge delivery fees for commodities and they do not include any contract at first.